So, who stood out during the Miss Universe Philippines preliminary interviews? Stay tuned and find out. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Janela Joy Quaton of Sashes&Scripts. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell for more pageant-related content. So for today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to list down in random order 9 ladies who we felt stood out during the preliminary interviews of the Miss Universe Philippines 2021 competition. And first on the list, we have Janela Joy Quaton, who we felt that delivered a very sincere, very heartfelt interview in the competition, and we liked the way that she was able to throw it back to her mom, who has been a strong source of support during her pageant journey. Sa mga hindi kasi nakakaalam, even way back when Janela competed sa Mutya ng Pilipinas, her mom has always been a strong figure supporting behind her. And whether it's Mutya ng Pilipinas, Miss World Philippines, or now Miss Universe Philippines, we see the relationship, we see the support that her mom's giving her. And I think it makes sense that Janela is able to throw it back to her and give credit where credit is due, because nakita namin on a personal note yung paano sumuporta si Ma'am Sol kay Janela. And what we also liked about how Janela spoke in the interview was yung calmness ng voice niya, yung calmness of how she delivered her answers. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have her in the list, in our list, because napaka-pino nung performance niya during the interview rounds. Also, in the list we have Siargao's Angela Okol, who is one of the best communicators, a revelation actually, kasi hindi natin siya nakita na bubulaga sa kompetisyon. And I think the reason why we have primarily dismissed her, because we never saw her as a strong competitor until the interviews. And what we've noted here on our notes regarding Angela is she answered with succinct, direct to the point answers, and she gave very sound answers. Kumbaga, may very reasonable siya magsagot sa mga questions. Another girl who we felt nailed the competition is Chella Falconer, who spoke very well. We just need siguro to point out yung medyo magaslaw, or rather medyo distracting hand movements niya. I think konting refinement on that aspect, she would definitely be a strong competition overall. Magaling siyang magsalita. She was able to articulate her thoughts well. She had a great delivery of her answers. The tone of voice is something that we were noting about, because ang ganda nung paano niya inilahad yung kanyang mga saloobin regarding the questions that was thrown to her. And hindi lang yon, the tone of voice plus the way she gave strong, reasonable answers, isa yon sa mga tumatak sa akin in terms of the entire interview competition. Now, also on the list, we have Steffi Rose Aberasturi, who started a little bit shaky on the first question, although she was able to quickly gain her ground and recovered quickly. There are fans who were pointing out yung compassion versus passion niyang sagot. I think nagkamali lang siya doon sa unang word na ginamit, but succeeding mga questions, she was able to recover lost ground with that very minor na mistake. And what I particularly liked about Steffi's interview was the fact that she gave very strong deliveries to her answer. So if you remember Tito Boy saying that you don't need to be right when it comes to your Q&A, you just need to sound right. That was Steffi, and she gave quick but direct to the point answers that that covered the questions well. She commands attention when she speaks, and I think that is one of the things na makes her one of the stronger na communicators in the batch. Not necessarily strong, strong content. However, you have to understand that communication, what is said is only 7% of what is communicated. A lot of the things that people don't understand about communication is that tone of voice, posture, nonverbal cues are just as important as the message. And the way that Steffi was able to articulate her thoughts and articulate her thoughts in a commanding manner, that's one of the things that makes her stand out among everyone in the competition. And I think if you want to be heard, you want to be effective as a communicator, you need that kind of commanding presence. Now, we also have in our list Katrina Dimaranan, who we all know, being born and being educated in the U.S., who has lived in the United States. She is always going to be a strong communicator because of the command of the language. Now, she gave really strong answers. She gave really very thought-provoking, very reasonable answers to the questions. But I think one of the reasons why she is not on top of our list is probably because she lacked energy. She lacked, having that animated way of talking na you need to be able to communicate joy through your voice, and we didn't see that with Katrina. Konting tweak on articulation where she puts the stress on certain words so that mas effective yung way of communicating niya, because what we found in her interview was masyadong laid back yung pagkakasagot niya ng mga questions. And I think kung magpupuntos tayo ng Q&A, ng interview, importante yung feelings, importante yung energy, importante yung paano mo sinasabi yung message mo. Now, another candidate who is in our top 9 is Ayn Bernos, who was so full of energy, so full of magnetism. She is, of course, a strong communicator, arguably, probably even, one of the best communicators in the batch. I think that she had charisma, she personalized her answers, and because of how she answers, bringing the question back to her and giving personal examples throughout the interview, you find it a little bit more engaging, a little bit more, you're drawn to her, kumbaga. And yung na-appreciate mo yung journey niya in the competition because she is able to take you in through her journey by personalizing her answers. And the way that she is able to provide, energy, show energy in the way she speaks. The tone of voice is good. The delivery is very deliberate. Ma-appreciate mo kung paano siya magsalita. And ma-appreciate mo kung ano yung message na sinasabi niya because she's very precise in that manner. Now, of course, another girl in our list is Jasmine Umali, who gave us like poise and posture. And this is something that we felt na if ihanay mo siya sa mga Miss Venezuela na mga kandidata na in the past and even in the present, isa siya doon sa mga pwede mong aakalain na parte ng Miss Venezuela organization because there is such a way of bearing na hindi ko nakita sa ibang mga candidates that only Jasmine is able to show and deliver, and the way the poise is, has enabled her to show more personality, to show more pizzazz, to show more spunk. The way she delivered her answers, na parang ang saya-saya niya to be there, na nakakahawa in energy when she talks. And I think that's one of the reasons why we put her as one of the top girls when it comes to the in our list. And also I've noted here that she has, very full, she's full of personality. And because she's full of personality, kahit na may mga konting minor slips in the way she delivers her answers, hindi mo mapapansin dahil nadadala ka nung joy and warmth niya habang nagsasalita siya. And I think that is one of the hallmarks of a great communicator. Now, the last two girls on our list, we have Maureen Wroblewitz, who gave lengthy answers that sometimes took time to get to the point, but gave, reasonable and well thought out answers. Ang nakukulangan lang ako sa kanya is yung conviction. The manner that she speaks, it feels like it lacked confidence. So yun yung kinakailangan na iayos, or rather i-tweak or i-polish, because there needs to be a commanding presence. There needs to be like an authoritative tone so that maging mas kapani-paniwala yung sinasabi niya. And the way that she was so saccharine through the entire interview process betrays the fact that may kinakailangan siyang i-polish in terms of communicating. And yung kinakailangan na maayos is the delivery na part. Not the delivery on, grammar or poise or whatnot, but rather delivery in such a way that she is perceived as someone who speaks with authority, someone who speaks with presence, with command. And yun yung kinakailangan na mai-polish pa ng konti, especially papalapit na tayo sa dulo ng competition. Of course, last on our list, we have Victoria Velasquez Vincent. Now, being educated outside of the country and lived, outside of the country, expected na yung kanyang mastery of the English language is nandun. But what we are impressed about Victoria is the way that she projected confidence in the way that she speaks. Hindi lahat ng mga girls were able to do that. Yung confidence on the manner of delivering your answer, yung confidence na kebs kung magkamali or whatnot, kita mo yun kay Victoria. And I think that's one of the reasons why we love the way she went through her interview, dahil napaka-animated ng kanyang voice. Na kahit hindi siya gumalaw, you will feel the energy just with the way that she answers. And we've also noted here na she is one of the girls who was so direct to the point, didn't need to beat around the bush in her answers. Her answers were very quick, but very loaded. And I think that's one of the reasons why, she is one of the girls who are on top of our list. Now, if I am going to narrow this list down to a top 3, I would put at number 1, Ayn Bernos, number 2, Jasmine OMalley, and number 3, Victoria Velasquez Vincent in the topmost best communicators of the entire batch. I would probably put in at number 4 and 5 a toss between Angela Okol and Chella Falconer, simply because they are the girls na hindi natin napapansin, pero kapag nagsalita may laman, may sipa kung paano sila mag-communicate, and they are able to command attention with the way that they speak. I am gonna give Angela Okol and Grace Falconer a second look, because I think sa lahat ng mga girls na who are on the top 5 of our list, sila yung tipong hindi natin binibigyan ng pansin because they are not as popular as the front runners. But sila yung mga tipong could really, hit the ball out of the ballpark among the 28 girls. So, do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments below, and give us a follow or subscribe. That's it for today's video. I hope to see you again in the next video coming out very soon. Bye everyone.